Namaste, angels. I'm here to do a client reading, beginning with the cross and the energy of meditation. Okay, from my Tony Carmine Salerno Universal Love Oracle. This reading is for one of my patrons for whom I've read before, but I didn't bother to go back to her old reading. I just want to start out with this fresh and, really awesome energy of the sun entering Gemini. And I believe, if I do remember correctly, because we had a conversation not that long ago that involved their signs, that she is a fellow air sign, Aquarius. Yes, because I'm an Aquarius too, and we had that in common. I'm an Aquarius moon, though. She's an Aquarius sun, and both of us Leo rising. So I remember that. I remember the masculine, a Capricorn, from a couple of conversations that we had, not just the recent one, but prior as well. So we should see some of that in a moment. Opening first to blessings with Mother Mary. And I think I've been opening to blessings every single reading thus far that I've done tonight. Meditation back and dreams. So, you know what, this can signify the need to do some even sleep meditation, to listen to those binaural tones, for example, that are meant for sleep meditation. Not anybody talking. I mean, that's my recommendation. Of course, you're grown. You can do whatever you like. But I would suggest not anybody talking, because you never know what they're going to say and what they're implanting into your subconscious. But the tones, just music, I think are a good idea. And having seen dreams opposite meditation same time, suggest you use those. Opening to enchantment, which is all about allowing the universe to heal us, just to, just relinquishing power over to it, not trying to control things ourselves. And then you see this woman here being healed from the crown chakra down, like from the inside out. Enchantment out at the bottom. I'll go one more. And it's golden memories. These are like the good things that we should take with us when we leave things behind. Leave all the baggage and like negative stuff behind, any resentment and all that. But take the golden memories with you. Enchantment is back. I'm going to cut. And meditation is back. So this is something that's really important for you to get working on if you are not on top of it already. And if you are on top of it already, certainly continue. The overall energy is miracles. I think I've had this 3 times in this position for the feminine with regard to herself, although I love seeing it, because this means that if we haven't surrendered to anything else, we have at least surrendered to the fact that admitting, where we can admit that we desire to achieve not only the Christ consciousness, but this our rightful position within the Trinity is what this card says to me. So bravo to you with that. The masculine about you. He does a lot of conversation with you, like in 5D. And that may be why dreams showed up before too, as I was shuffling. He does a lot of this conversation with you. I'm not sure you're listening is what I'm getting. Not just by looking at the card, but what I'm hearing is that you are not always listening. You're not in tune. So maybe that's why you need the meditation, and particularly the sleep meditation. Some of them remove blocks. You may want to look into this. Google the binaural tones that aid in removing blocks or that help with lucid dreaming. And this may help you, because the masculine trying to reach you in that way. About himself, this was in the same position too. A lot of love tonight. about himself with relation to the union. The moon tree represents sacred marriage. So this is how he sees himself, as your sacred husband, which is beautiful. I mean, we should all be so lucky. That's what we want to hear. About the union, inner child. So the both of you needing to heal this area from his perspective. Like you both got problems in this area. And this could be another reason why, maybe not only why he's trying to reach out to you, but why you're guided overall to listen, perhaps to something like binaural tones, and to do meditation. Overall, relationship sitting here atop moon tree, which means sacred marriage. How beautiful is that? And you got this beautiful blue angel here, so like an indigo angel, and these two twin dolphins that perhaps are in the relationship as well. What would he have you do or surrender? Healing sounds. I told you. Yeah, and it's sitting here right underneath your listening card. The masculine wants you to listen to healing sounds, binaural tones, toward, again, I think the lucid dreaming, so that he can reach you better in like 5D. What is he? Oh, I didn't do your outcome. Sacred union sitting here under moon tree. Congratulations. I could stop here. Relationship, moon tree, sacred union. At the end, but I'm going to continue and read some more cards for you. But this is beautiful. I mean, we're off to an amazing start. I really felt good about starting today with Sun and Gemini, as opposed to some of the like hostile energy of the past couple months, all that Aries that was like bearing down I mean, Aries can be really awesome. Like about passion and stuff, but the past couple months have just been really coming through for the most part in like a really aggressive and an unattractive kind of way. So I was really excited about starting with this fresh energy of duality and partnership and love. The Gemini represented by 2 and 6, it doesn't get much better than that unless you want to add them together and it equals 8, abundance and infinite and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, what the masculine is willing to do is surrender himself. Forgiveness. This is seeking it first and foremost, but of course, offering it too, beginning with himself. This is beautiful. I love when people can reach to that point or acknowledgement of what they have to do in order to move forward. So he's really been enlightened recently, where he can see again the need to heal the inner child and to extend forgiveness to himself and others. That's beautiful. And what would the universe have the two of you do? Pay better attention to your intuition. And this card for me, I mean, this is an oracle deck. Tony Carmine Salerno, Universal Love Oracle, again, has nothing to do with tarot, but this woman with the star on her forehead, this star on her forehead represents the sign of Aquarius to me. So that's another reason why this is coming through, I'm sure, because of your Aquarius sun. But yes, it definitely means that there's a need for the two of you to pay close attention to your intuition. And this is what the universe would have you do toward the union. Let me let you get a good look at your cards. Trilogy of Light, Listening, Moon Tree, Inner Child, Healing Sounds, Sacred Union, Forgiveness, and Crowned by Relationship and the Mystic. Oh, and Miracles was your overall energy. Now I'll go on to what are tarot cards, beginning with the 8 of Air. An illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, being afraid to take action. So this is a feeling, often self-imposed, of being bound to something, someone, someplace. Opening to the Ace of Earth. So this is the Capricorn, the masculine. The inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. Opposite the 8 of Air can be the fear of going after something like that, that abundance, even if it's like right in front of you. And opening to the 6 of Fire, victory, good news is on its way, public recognition or awards. Same thing with this card. Opposite the Eight of Air, it can be like fear of approaching it. But victory is victorious here. Opening 2, the Hermit, which represents the sign of Virgo or other earth sign like Capricorn, the masculine, Taurus. Spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, and self-discovery. So this is from where the enlightenment came. You know, he's been learning about himself, which is awesome. And, you know, of course, continuing to ascend. This is enlightenment, basically, about oneself, self-awareness, self-knowledge. The Hermit back. Opening 2, the Star, representing the sign of Aquarius or the air sign, Gemini, Libra. Happy times. Make positive, optimistic, long-term plans. You're on the right path. Oop. Come on. Starting on the bottom, I'll cut. So that's a yes from the Major Arcana, a wishes granted, prayers answered card. And coming now to the Dreamer with Archangel Metatron, which is the Fool in the traditional tarot. The Dreamer represents the planet Mercury for me, and therefore the signs of Gemini and Virgo. So like your fellow air sign and the masculine's fellow earth sign. A leap of faith. Follow your dreams. That leads to unexpected opportunities. The Fool is all about embarking upon a brand new path. And the overall energy for you guys is the Queen of Earth, who's thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible. And like the Ace, a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach and deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. The masculine is the Knight of Earth, who's loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. And a Capricorn, yet again, Virgo or Taurus. Time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. You have a guardian angel. Surrounded by the Ten of Fire. Too much work. Accept help from others. Life is out of balance. That leads to stress-related health concerns. So this is about feeling burdened and or burdensome. In his subconscious is the world, a job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude, and the path toward enlightenment. He's certainly on the path toward enlightenment, but there's something, a circumstance or situation, a long one, a tedious one, a trying one, of which he wants out. Possibly involving a third person, certainly some sort of third energy, if not an actual person, with this being card number 21 or 3, could certainly easily be a party of 3, not necessarily romantic. You are the High Priestess. So here's that 2, that Gemini duality energy I was talking about. The High Priestess, of course, herself a Gemini. So that's why she's on this card, whether the people that made them knew that at the time or not, because to practitioners of the tarot, which she actually invented, to practitioners of the tarot, this card represents water signs. So it can represent that as well, but certainly represents Gemini or other air too. Listen to your intuition, have patience, and consider carefully what you want before acting. Surrounded by the 10 of water, a contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. Trustworthy relationships. In your subconscious, strength with Archangel Ariel. So here's your Leo rising. Great inner strength. Release harsh judgments. Forgiveness and compassion is what you should exercise, perhaps toward your family. The High Priestess is another one who pays close attention to her intuition. She also keeps a lot to herself. So in that sense, sort of like the moon, which does represent water signs, and particularly Pisces. Crowning the Emperor with Archangel Michael, organization and logic, structure and discipline, leadership. Emperor represents the sign of Aries that I was talking about before. It can be representative of other fire signs as well. Sagittarius, Leo. The Emperor can be somebody like overbearing, authoritative, like your father or a boss. And perhaps sitting here next to the Knight of Earth, having something to do with the masculine's income, like his boss or something for him. It could be who makes him feel burdened or burdensome, crossing this other fire energy, the Ten of Fire, with too much work. Can be literal work. Again, can be something at work for him. Maybe that's what the 3 is. Maybe he's thinking like, I need out of this job, or I need a new position. I need a raise. I've been working really hard, something like that. And it's coming, but it's like slow moving because it's with the energy of the Knight of Earth, who always reaches his goal, God bless him, but he's slow as hell. He's very methodical though. That's why. At the root, it's the Queen of Water, who's tenderhearted, empathetic, patient, and loving, and is often a Scorpio, but can also be a Pisces or Cancer. Relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition. So again, with the intuition, you guys already had the star before in that first spread, and now the High Priestess you have here, and now shared the Queen of Water. So another mention of paying close attention to that. Also, care for yourself and others, as the Queen of Earth, which is your overall energy, would certainly do. She's warm, and she's like mom, or like a good wife. The Queen of Earth. When I picked this up, also upright underneath behind it is the Five of Water. Things not turning out the way you'd hoped, not seeing the positive in a situation and crying over spilled milk. So this is the oh woe is me card sitting right here behind this Queen of Earth for you guys. And behind that is the Empress, but it's in reverse. The Empress representing the signs of Taurus and Libra. And it was just coming to me, this can have to do with problems with one's mother, or you, like issues as a mother with family, children. That's why it's upside down, because it's actually sitting atop the 10 of Earth, which is about happy family and stuff too, upright. So this is someone's mother. Maybe this is the masculine's mother. Maybe she's a fire sign, an Aries or something, and a block in his life somehow controlling over what he does, even though he's grown. I mean, we all have that, or have the potential to have that sort of thing go on in our lives, no matter how old we get, He could have something like that going on. But also, yes, certainly you, your mother, or you as a mother, some sort of family healing necessary. Somebody, maybe your father or the father of your children, also overbearing and having caused some issues between you and the children. At the heart of the matter, the King of Air, who's brilliant, impartial, professional, and diplomatic. I was thinking like maybe they need a King of Air, some like to sit down with somebody and talk to somebody, like a psychologist or something. And when I say that, I don't mean anything offensive or whatever. I'm actually one of those people who's of the opinion that we could all stand to see a psychologist like on a regular basis, and that's something healthy. I certainly believe in people seeking out the professional guidance that they need, and find it really, really detrimental, like for us to be seeking help and advice. I mean, from friends that with whom you feel comfortable, family members, things like that. That's awesome. Certainly, I think people should do that, and the angels and stuff call upon them. But these like other people who provide, therapy and guidance, of a general nature or a spiritual nature, whatever it is, but they're in no way anointed and or trained to do so. I find those sort of things so dangerous. So definitely speak to somebody with whom you feel comfortable. And if you feel you need a professional, then you get a professional and you sit down with them. This can also be applicable to the masculine too. I don't know if he'll, get the opportunity, or if he'll stumble across my video, get an opportunity to see this and relate to it, resonate with it, and say, oh, maybe I should do that also. Take that advice. With this coming through, this can also be representing your energy. Doesn't matter that it's the king and and not a female. This can certainly be representing you as an Aquarius. And like you may be in the middle of these other two situations, basically, like literally. The King of Air crossing the world. The masculine may need to talk to a King of Air too, to help him through whatever this situation. I mean, he's contemplating something. In this placement, it hasn't moved up to his present situation. This is still in his mind, and perhaps not even in his conscious mind. Could be in his subconscious. Seriously. Just coming down the pike as something that he needs to do, work on getting himself out of this situation, whatever it is. All right, let me go on to the romance cards to see if we can get more clarity. We're going to begin with playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Opening 2, a new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So this is always like love anew. Playfulness back. And opening 2, give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Playfulness. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So like by being present. Making time for those around you, like the Queen of Earth suggests. Being warm, compassionate. Playfulness back. I'll go one more. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Playfulness. I'm going to cut. And attractions back. So really reminding you to always be present in the moment. And that what you put out there is what you get back. We reap what we sow. Overall energy is trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Atop the Knight of Earth, flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So this guiding the masculine to approach as he is facing forward and coming forward slowly and but surely. But again, in a lighthearted manner, not to come with anything heavy. Certainly not this kind of potentially overbearing energy of Aries that sits here in between the two of you. Atop this 10 of fire, unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So in addition to maybe a mother figure or actual mother, a parent or something, by whom he could feel burdened, perhaps a past love, an ex or something also, or current, something, the current doesn't mean necessarily actively romantic, but currently accord with someone that he needs to cut it because there's like nothing there and it's toxic for him. And it does show that, again, this is coming to an end right now. He will be relieving himself of this burden, or the universe will be relieving him of this burden. And here atop the world, express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So coming out of whatever this frame of mind is and situation that's had him down potentially, because it's like drawn out. These things are really trying. He's being asked again to be present in the moment, enjoy it, and put out what he wants to attract. So go ahead and express your love. Here, for you, atop the High Priestess, release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So you too seem that you may have some sort of cord still attached to you. Something you're holding on to. Again, like I said, this can have something to do with your family, with your father, the father of your children. And you could be harboring resentment from a past situation. Even that's enough to say, for this kind of release your ex to come through, because you got to get rid of that cord of negative attachment, negative emotion. Here atop the 10 of water, to heal this situation and think about what you want to do and, work on getting over it one way or another, again, by healing it or ceasing to deal with it, whatever you feel like you need to do. Or maybe you'll come up with what you need to do while in retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Atop strength. True love, again, this is the romance of a lifetime. So this is your strength. The divinity of your union and the angels that surround us all is your strength in getting through whatever situation this is. And of course, you can call on the angels too. And if you want them to help, you not only can you call on them, you must call on them and give them permission to intercede and intervene in your life. Crowning here atop the Emperor is honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. In this respect, the Emperor can be representing perhaps like Sagittarius, and this can be coming pairing up here with regard to the honeymoon, which will be in Sagittarius, so a fellow fire sign on June 9th, the same day that Jupiter goes direct. It's in retrograde. Here atop the Queen of Water, and this relationship that is developing to a new level. Stay optimistic about it, is what the romance angels have to say. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So this is what we were talking about, being present, putting out what we want back, which is positivity, love, more reaffirmation of that. And here atop the King of Air, and what I think is healing, and also beneath this honeymoon, very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now, is what this is about. Let's see what the Ascended Masters would add to this. Beginning with priorities, says King Solomon, and opening to see the other person's point of view. Priorities. And drink more water, says Oshun. Both of you likely continuing to go through ascension periods. You need to prioritize yourself. Work on balancing career and home life, says the goddess Isis. So similar to your overall energy, again, of the Queen of Earth, make time for, those around you, those that love you, certainly for one another. Balance career and home life. And opening to peace offering, a white buffalo calf woman. Oh boy, here we go. So peace offering, white buffalo calf woman, is the need to extend an olive branch to one another. But I get down when I see the card, because it doesn't only mean that. When I pull that card, it means that somebody dies. Now this person usually removed from the person for whom I'm reading, but it's like difficult enough when I pull the card, because I know what it means and I know it's really going to come true. But it's more difficult for me when I do the personal readings, and it's not even about me. I don't want to make it about me, but I just feel bad relaying these kind of messages while I'm doing the personal readings, and I get taken aback every single time. I'm not sure I'll ever be used to it, but that's what the peace offering means for you specifically. certainly the need to extend one another the olive branch. And it looks like the masculine is going to be the one to extend it. And he's certainly the one who's guided to, more specifically. With regard to passing, again, it's normally like a celebrity or something, and where it affects light workers, light beings, it tends to be like a friend, a close friend that we consider family, or like a member of our family, but typically not immediate, like cousins and aunts and uncles and things of that nature. And I certainly don't wish that upon you or anyone in your family. So we're going to keep moving. We're going to get back to being happy with the goddess Isis, and again, balanced career and home life. And opening to positive change and Parvati. I just got, it can also be like a long-term pet. It can also be a long-term pet, I guess, on either side. Balance, career, and home life back. And lastly, artistic expression with Paul the Venetian. This is about coming up with creative ways, perhaps to express our love. Gemini, again, the sun into Gemini today. And Gemini is in great part not only about expression and communication, but self-expression. So I think that's why Paul the Venetian comes through here to help us to come up with, again, creative ways to express ourselves. Especially if we feel like we're not necessarily good talkers, there's other ways we can do it. Teacher shows up because of all the lessons we've, picked up along the way on this thing called life. And the overall energy is Pan and fertility. So some action could be coming your way if you're interested in that. That could be a means of expressing the love and extending the olive branch. A top flirt. You can do it, says Archangel Michael and the Knight of Earth. So he can reach out and move forward is what Archangel Michael is saying. Can and should. Also, he can cut off, this is coming now too, he can cut off whomever this is that he needs to, this unrequited love. He can take Archangel Michael's sword, or just call upon Archangel Michael, call upon the sword, and ask him to assist in cutting those cords. A top unrequited love and the Ten of Fire is Queen Oshun, again, with the drink more water. So while he's dealing with this, again, this issue, he also continues to ascend. But I'm thinking, like, in a general sense, that maybe while, like, upset about whatever this is, it could be neglect too. So, like, even in a 3D sense, the need to drink more water because, maybe not paying attention to his own needs and being nurturing of himself, not being a queen of earth toward himself. And there's the potential to become dehydrated there. Top, express your love and the world. You are seeing this situation accurately, says Horus. So Horus guides him to move forward with these plans of removing himself from this situation from which he wants to walk away and needs to walk away. It's toxic. Here, a top, release your ex. When you do, the flow of prosperity opens up for you, says Lakshmi. Choose peace. There's a peaceful way to do this. And you can call upon the angels to ask them what that is, and perhaps take a break away from the world, whether it's minutes, hours, days, weeks, whatever it is, to maybe talk to them, to meditate, which showed up again several times in the beginning of the reading for you. And maybe even in your dreams, in those lucid dreams, spirit can come to you in different forms. Archangel Michael likes to visit in dreams a lot, guiding you as to how you can approach this situation from a peaceful standpoint and end it that way. and still call upon the sword and ask him to cut those cords for you. Just because you're going in with kindness and compassion doesn't mean you're not still cutting something away necessarily. And the Queen of Air is good at that. So you're an Aquarius. That's what we're all about. Being, fair and diplomatic, but also cutting away stuff that's not, helpful or healthy to us. St. Francis says, follow your heart. Okay, so you want to pursue the union, that beautiful union that we saw laid out, that you already know you have, but we saw it laid out here with sacred union and relationship and, all these things. Now with true love and the strength to get through whatever you need, it's the strength to follow your heart, and to move toward cutting away what doesn't resonate with your heart. Here, atop honeymoon, work your magic, says Saint Germain. So this guides you both to, be 100% present and honest, no fake, anything when you do come together. And this is how you're going to make this work. Here, atop, stay optimistic about your love life, and the Queen of Water is father, husband, brother, son, and Osiris. So as I was saying before, somebody may have a father, or again, father of your children with whom you need to heal a relationship. It can also be one's inner masculine as well on either side, for you too. Doesn't matter that you're female, you're inner masculine as well. You may need to heal. And at the heart of the matter, freedom is what we're seeking, and very soon we can have it if we work on it. And it's not a mistake that this here crosses this release your ex and the flow of prosperity. Because again, as soon as you free yourself up from this, as soon as you cut this cord that has you attached to this person and this energy that's negative for you and toxic for you, not only will you be liberated and feel free, but the flow of prosperity opens up for you there. So further to this, the Tony Carmine Salerno Universal Love Oracle, adding to the masculine blessings. So help with his situation is what he's going to get. His prayers answered. For you, birth, and with fertility, this is the birth of something new, certainly. This is a fertile time for you. And again, a potentially prosperous time for you. And it will be a prosperous time for you as soon as you get to snipping away what's attempting to block that from you. From the masculine, or for the masculine, from the ascended masters, meditate, says Buddha. So he needs to do some of that as well, not just you. And for you, take charge of this situation, says Moses. Stop just letting it, like free fall. From the angels to the masculine, the sun with Archangel Uriel, rather. So more having to do with this fire sign. He's going to get up away from this energy. Happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success if he has confidence in himself, which my feeling is he will, based on the first spread alone. The sun, of course, represents the signs of Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Then from the angels to you, 9 of air. Expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, and sleepless nights. This is typical of an air sign, where we sort of risk manifesting negativity in our lives by playing the same, negative things over and over again in our heads. You certainly need to work on the meditation in order to release this. From the romance angels to the masculine, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So it's all coming around. Again, there will be a happy outcome for the two of you. And for you, you may have had a bad experience before with this ex, and maybe that's why you're still holding on to something. Maybe it's just resentment onto which you're holding. The universe, and that's why you got the 9 of air here too. But the universe coming through to tell you it is safe for you to love. Open your heart and follow it, like St. Francis said, to give and receive the highest energy of all. I hope that you find your reading helpful and that you enjoy it, dear. Namaste, angel.